Here we go.
How we doing, love? It's time for Gogue's mythical matchups. And no, I'm not making a comeback. Oh, you can't afford me, can you?
Thank you, Hitman Ricky Hatton. We appreciate your voice, sir.
Hitman.
But I'll tell you what, the Hitman from Manchester. I love it.
I love the Hitman. Always gave me my money's worth every time I watched him fight. You know, he wanted me to tune the fuck in when he was fighting. when the Hitman was fighting, I tuned the fuck in. I like the Hitman. Man, the fucking fan base, the rabid, enthusiastic fans he had behind him, man. Yeah, the Hitman. He deserved to be in the Hall of Fame, which he rightfully was inducted. The Hitman.
Well, I tell you what, brother. One I'm going to bring up is how would this version of Boots Ennis fare in a mythical matchup against a prime for prime? Well, oh my gosh, his name eludes me now. The Argentine who faced Mayweather twice. What was his name?
Maidana.
Marcos Maidana. How would he fare? How do you see that fight playing out, Coach Gogue?
Right now, Boots is not even in his prime. You know why? He hasn't fought enough good guys to to develop them to get to that level of like Crawford. Crawford's been in his prime the last few years because he's been fighting good competition, but Boots hasn't been fighting these top level guys to be considered in his prime yet. He might be in his prime years, but not in his prime career. Okay, but
indeed,
he's not in his prime, man. And a guy like Maidana would give him a hard fight, man. Because of his awkward, physical, swarming style, punches coming from all angles. Just his roughhouse tactics and everything. You know what I mean? If what's his name, Boots don't hurt him, he's gonna be in for a long night against Maidana. Yeah, that Maidana boy, he's heavy-handed. He could hurt you. Okay, he could hurt you.
I tell you what, that's interesting. I would love to see that. Tony Manzano brings up a mythical matchup: Miguel Cotto versus Bud Crawford at either 40 or 47. Your thoughts, sir?
That's a good fight. Crawford's multidimensional, man. It's hard to fight a guy it's hard to fight a talented fighter, an intelligent fighter like Crawford, who's multidimensional, man. That'd be a hard fight for Miguel Cotto to win. Miguel Cotto, devastating body puncher, devastating body puncher, smart, intelligent. Yeah, I'm going with Crawford. He's multidimensional, okay? He could go back and forth, man, and find find a way to win. Be intelligent, making those adjustments, having more tools in his toolbox, more weapons in his armory. Okay, than Cotto.
I tell you what. Now Tony says this: how about a prime Miguel Cotto at 47 versus Boots Ennis at this time?
Man. Cotto got more experience. Come on, man. I'm always going to go with the guy that's more seasoned than the guy that hasn't been there yet, okay?
Yep. Yep, there it is. And the last one, guys, for a few heel Garcia. Thank you for hanging with the coach, sir. He says, Mean Machine called out Boots on social media before David Avocado fight was made. Well, look. David Avanesian is signed with Matchroom Sports. And Mean Machine, he's avoided like the plague, and no promoter wants to touch him because he's not a big ticket seller in the States. And he's got heavy hands. He's more risk than reward. Coach, do you see Mean Machine, Igas Kavalyaskis, ever participating in a meaningful fight from now until the end of time?
I forgot about it. I didn't even know he was still fighting. You know what I mean? Look, the fight to make for Boots is that, the money he's getting paid. He's a big draw in Philly. Hey, man, let's go with that Stanionis. That makes sense to me. That's me. That's a fight I would want. That's a fight I know that will sell. Okay, but that's me. I'm just going.
That is a tough fight, though, Coach Gogue. How do you see?
Hey, man, you're getting paid $3 million. You got to beat guys like this if you want to get to that level of Crawford and Canelo and everybody else. Okay.
And so,
I
are
mean,
you saying
so
that
there
that's
ain't
a
no
fight?
easy fights. There ain't no easy fights. You're getting paid this kind of money. You accept the challenge, and you take it, man. And if you want to get to the level like Crawford, Canelo, Mayweather, De La Hoya, these are the type of guys you got to beat.
Yep,
And
that's
it
right.
ain't no easy fight. That Stanionis is solid. You know what I
That's
mean?
right. Have you ever seen in any other era of boxing, Coach, where a fighter expects and demands $3 million but expects an easy touch?
This fucking era is such a fucking joke. Like James Toney said. I was watching a James Toney video. He was at one of these boxing functions, and he was by all these fighters that fight nowadays. He goes, "Your era, my era was a real era of boxing. Your era is a pussy era." He told all these fighters that these current fighters, the guys that are fighting today, they didn't show the fighters, but he told them that all you guys are fighting in a pussy era of fighting. I fought in a real era of fighting, and none of them motherfuckers could lie. James
Nope.
Toney fought anybody, anywhere, anytime, anybody, anytime, anywhere, man. Back to back to back to back. That's a bad motherfucker. You'll never see a guy like James Toney again. And he told all them guys, you guys are in a pussy era of boxing. And Boots needs to make this, man. I feel good about this fight, man. It's a perfect matchup for Philly and everything. Is it risk? Of course, this guy's good. But it's the fight I think Boots will win. You know what I mean? He's got to neutralize Stanionis' jab, which is pretty damn good and very underrated. It's consistent round after round. He's going to bust you up in the face if you don't neutralize it. But this is a great fight, man. And he's always coming forward. He's very methodical, but he's aggressive and physical, coming forward. He ain't scared to put his combinations together. But this is a fight that I think Boots will look good. I think Boots could stop him as the rounds go on. And oh my God, if he stops him and wins the belt, unifies the belt, his star gets bigger. Man, it makes sense, man. I like this fight. I like stylistic matchups. Okay, that's what I'm looking for, and not that Mario Barrios bullshit. You know what I mean?
Well, there's a reason why Manny Pacquiao believes he can beat Mario Barrios to become the WBC champion at 47.
What a fucking joke boxing is turned. What a fucking joke boxing is turned to. But anyway, Boots, this is the hot fight of 47 is unifying. Dude, you look around, there ain't no other fighters. Brian Norman, he just won the title. Nobody gives a shit about him. But this Stanionis, you know what I mean? He's been around, and if they know boxing, and Philly fans know boxing real good, hey man, this is not an easy fight. They're gonna be talking about this fight before the fight actually happens, in the barbershops, at the gyms, in public, hey man, Boots is in a tough fight, man. This guy's for real. But I think Boots is just so talented. He'll overcome he'll overcome anything, he'll adapt and overcome any tough moments in the fight if he has any. And I think he can stop him. This guy is tailor-made. He's right in front of you. Oh, yeah, man. It'd be a great fight. Great fight for
brother.
Boots.
I'm gonna reach out and tell Kevin Rooney Jr. exactly what you said tomorrow morning.
If they're smart, they would know that. I don't need to tell, especially Eddie. Eddie's a smart man. He don't need Kevin Rooney to tell him. Okay, he's a smart man, and man, that's me, man. I just go, man. I've been in this shit so long. You know what I mean? I know I smell a good matchup. And Philly fans, let me tell you, man, they'll get behind their fighter for a good matchup. I think this fight, they did 14. I think they'll do 17, 18.